Whatchamacallit Gaming, I'm Garrett, and today we're going to try some Captains of Industry. Let's see how this rocks. For now we've got the game paused, and let's just begin. First things first, start recycling. I want to assign a vehicle here. It has been quite a while since I last played this game, but hopefully I still remember how to play it. The map we're playing on is the Half Moon Island. I can't quite remember its exact name. Mainly just to give us room so we can construct. That's primarily why I play this game. Give us room to construct. Now then, where was the water again? So let's take a look here. There we go. So there's water, so that's where we want to go first. Okay. I am cheating. I have the Captain of Cheats mod installed, which basically brings up this cheat menu. We can control population, we control research, we control unity. We have a generator which lets us generate unity and stuff. Normally I keep the unity generator on because, well, I screw it up every time, so be it. We can unload our shipyard. We can also spawn products, which is quite nice. We can instantly create any terrain. We can modify truck capacities, and we can control the weather. Generally, the only one I really use from time to time is the generator for unity and power when I screw that up. And then there's just another, mod ability that when you have a cargo container, do we have research available? Nope, I've got to build a research building first. Basically, when you have a cargo container for storing supplies or resources or a warehouse, you can use that to create an infinite supply with that warehouse, which is quite nice if you're just fooling around and you're not actually playing the game anywhere proper. It just lets you go straight at it, which is quite nice. Okay, what was I doing now? Trees. Yeah. Okay, trees are done. We're happy with that. Get the game back to playing. Okay, what we want to also do is just go here to housing. I wonder why this feels so low graphic to me. And it's not low graphics, I know that much. Which way is the housing gonna go? Because we'll probably build, let's see, we can build 2 here. And then we want to move the waste market. Yeah, because we'll probably end up going in that direction and this direction. So for now, we'll put the waste market and the resource collection place here. Just to... Okay, now we have research available, so let's go to research. Come on. Okay, and what do we want first? We want potato farming, construction, trade dock, because that'll give us... Where is the warehouse storage? Yeah, that'll give us the storage unit there. Why does the screen... Oh, okay, so it looks like I'm not focusing properly here. That's why it looks like the screen is so fuzzy. Okay. Could just have been... Oh, right. We want to put potatoes here, and we want to get to work with our construction. So let's just pause the game again. Now then, since the iron deposits are here, so we'll probably end up building everything on this corner. Yeah, you're just gonna have to excuse me. It's been a wee while since I last played this game, because I was just waiting for it, to update. That's output, so coal. Oops. My bad. There we go. So if you notice I'm doing things that are obvious yet still screwing it up, it's mainly just because it's been so... I was giving this game a chance to update so I wouldn't have to fight with it. Oh, come on. That. Smokestack. Our smelters. Oops. There we go. Oh, come on. Probably don't actually have the resources to run 4 smelters at a time, but generally I like to set it up quite large just as a starter. that smelter into the correct position. There we go. Okay. Actually, we don't have the resources now I'm thinking about it, because we don't have the population to build these smelters, so I'm just going to delete these. We'll just go with 2 for now, because we probably don't have the resources to run 2 research facilities and the necessary population. So we'll just start off with 2, and we'll run these 2 to 4 facilities. Okay. Okay, there we've got our smelter set up, we've got our wood burner set up. Probably gonna have to start trimming these trees, but I want them to clear the other side first. Do we have farming capability? Research labs? No, we don't have farm at the moment. We've only got so many potatoes. Okay. Okay, let's speed stuff up. Okay. Just gonna quickly check something. Good. Yeah. Sorry about that. Just double checking that I am in fact recording, because I do sometimes make that error. I think I'm recording and I realize no, I have not. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're automatically doing it, and that's fine. I do greatly enjoy these strategy style games, but I will admit I generally have the cheat code of some kind operating in the background, just so I can have leeway when I screw up. And the reason I really enjoy this Captains of Cheats one is primarily here, because you can add, if I click here, oh come on. Oh, whoops, I did add it. My bad. My bad. Oh dear. Yep, there. Oh, but we can discard all. Yeah, oops. But yes. Because if you use, I have tried Cheat Engine, I have tried the other ones, I have tried trainers. The biggest problem with those ones is if you hit a negative on this section here, where your resources are, and since these resources are used for trading, you then have to somehow produce enough resources to overcome the negative, and at least in my case, I do it so badly, I rarely, if ever, overcome the negative. It's just the way it is. It's not intentional, but... Oh, hang on a minute, let's just get the water back here. I don't actually know if I build a farm. It was recommended when I watched the tutorial in this game, what someone else played and they did the tutorial, that they build the farm in the wet zone so the farm has access to groundwater. I don't know if that actually works though, because I haven't actually had any success with it, to tell you the truth. So I don't honestly know if it does actually let you, okay, food, auto produce, that's fine. Work. We've got the first assembly buildings, which we'll need. Let's just double check resources. Research? Okay, we're researching construction. Still got to build power maintenance, so we can relax for now. We're making steel, but we have no construction components. We've got our farms at least. Yeah, this soil water level thing. As you can see, it says 0 here. And I do admit I get a bit confused, because the person I watched the tutorial on suggested building it on a wet zone so you have access to groundwater. But it doesn't actually interpret it when you build it on a wet area that the farm has groundwater. So I think you only get water when it rains, or if you install a pump and you pump water into your farms. But the first tier farm only works with rain. It won't let you get water any other way. I will admit I do love this about this game. You can see the production things coming in, and that I do enjoy. That's why I like Satisfactory, that's why I like Factorio. You can actually see the product you're producing, and it looks cool. Gives you a sense of accomplishment. That yes, I am making resources. Right now I'm just recycling scrap, but still. I'm making resources. Farming? Yeah. Oh good, we've got the cargo capacity of the buildings. So for now, later on we're going to end up moving it anyway, because we're going to have to build all these production centers here, and I'll normally clear this area and extend. Oh, that's what I forgot to do. Landfills. Oops. What we want to do is we want to flatten it here, and we want to completely fill this area as a landfill. Because then we can extend this area also outwards as a dock later on. So we can have our production system running this way, and this will give us a dock system. Okay, let's just save. Okay, that's the correct folder. New save. We'll just call it fun oops, tube. No need to go critical or anything before I forget. Now it'll also, the autosaves will automatically correct. Okay, that has potatoes, that has no potatoes. So that's a slight hiccup because we don't have any potatoes. Was it? Here it is. This is a duplicit on a storage structure. So if we take this, we take the storage structure, we attach it, just like that. Just give them a second to build it. I'll just show you how this cheat works. And it's quite nice because, especially if you're doing resources and you're just not getting resources fast enough from your mining production to your production center, you can just create a sort of leeway, if you will. So now we say we want to put, okay, I've got the wrong building. Oops, that is the wrong structure for storing potatoes. My bad. Oh dear. Okay, hang on a minute, do we have lighthouse? No, we've got that. Have our research lighthouse, because that's going to be desperate. Okay, we want to do that. We want to do concrete. Might as well just hit all the basics. I'll just keep going. Yeah, we need loose storage for potatoes, and I forgot about this. As I said, it's been a wee while since I last played. Normally, I have all the research activated until Research Lab 2, so we can just keep going and get everything we need. I think I can double click, yeah. Okay, we can research that because we don't need anything special there, and Research Lab 2. And then generally, I have all the production capability until we get to Research Lab 2. Okay, we've got power generation, we've got production. We should actually get to production because we're going to need this stuff soon. This is really just temporary production, so it's not going to be a big thing. We want construction components, we want electronics. Oh yeah, we also have a population problem, so we're not going to be able to do everything. Okay, but that one is making mechanical parts. So this will make electronics. And one last structure will make mechanical parts. Well, vehicle parts, if you will. Once the structure is complete, we'll probably end up pausing most of these buildings. We really don't have the population to do this right now. Storage capacity. Now what I can do is, okay, I can click this building, I can say select construction components, and then I can use this cheat on the structure and it will instantly fill it with that particular component. Let's just pause this because we don't actually have workers. So at least for now we can fill these buildings up, but we're not going to actually have any workers working on it. But we are going to need construction components because we're still alright at 268. But yeah, just to play it safe, let's just see how the tree harvesting is going. Okay, we got that, we got buildings, we got depots, we got dock. Might as well clear the trees here as well. Just to clear out this area because we're going to need it later. this. Dismiss. What we need is the lighthouse. Once we have the lighthouse up and running, we should be fine. So start collecting population again, and that'll give us some spares. We're also going to need to build the maintenance structure. Have I unlocked it? Yes, I have. And I've unlocked the beacon. Just put the beacon there. Make the structure there. We're going to be still short of population, but there's nothing we can do about that. And a standard diesel generator right there. That puts everything roughly where we can get at it, and then right next to the maintenance structure we can build our first, oops, no wait, I don't want that there because I'm blocking access to the dockyard. We'll move it right here. Still close enough to be of use, but not so close that we still have population problems. Okay, we still have no major shortage of population, so we'll pause the structure for now. We can't pause food production because we need food. It's that simple. Okay, they won't starve to death. That's another thing you just got to watch yourself when you decide to move a section of building. Like the food thing here. This one is filled with food. But the game interprets it's now gone. They won't interpret it if this one is empty. It'll just interpret that that one is gone. So your whole population starts starving to death. Even though you have plenty of potatoes, because one is empty and one is full, it'll just interpret it. And then the trucks won't do a damn thing until the other one is full. Because I have made that mistake where I've built a new one, removed the old one, but because this one was empty at the time, the population started starving to death before the trucks could bring it to provide supplies. Right now this is activated, so in 2 months we get our reinforcements. We still need to build a dock, and we still need to build everything else. But for now we just don't have the people to do it. So for now we'll just stockpile resources. We're not actually short of anything, we'll just stockpile resources, and we've got to start clearing this area so we can start making coal. But first I just want to clear this area a little bit more. So actually our first step for production, if this is working, okay, we've got people, is just to build another one of these. Normally I build about 3. Okay, we've got population, hooray. So we can bring this factory back online. Let's just unpause these structures because I'll forget about it later. I always do. So, and we're going to have enough workers later on anyway to run it, so it's not going to be a problem. For now, let's just build our excavators, our tree harvesters, so we can just quickly get the trees chopping down. I normally build about 3 just to speed up wood production. Can repair the yard, but we don't have the capabilities yet. Oh dear. Fine, let's pause this one quick, because we need workers to keep the lighthouse running so we can keep getting people. If we don't have workers supplying the lighthouse, we're shot. What's our waste looking like? Okay, we've only got a minor dump. That's another thing, this tree harvester with no truck assigned. I'm gonna have to build some more trucks a bit later, but we're still good at 10 out of 50. I'm just taking away the notifications. Concrete mixer. This we're actually going to need. But once again, we need... Oh no, I don't think that uses population. I think that's pretty automatic. Do we have water storage? I don't think we have water storage. At least not yet. Okay, we're researching it now, so that'll help us. Cool. There's certain structures I like... Okay, let's build this stuff because we're going to need it. Going to need more trucks because now we really aren't going to have enough. We'll build this later. I don't want to build too many, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That should be enough for now. We're not in a major rush to get everything. But what I do want to build, just for now we'll put it here. Structure will be for storing wood. Okay, they're not going to fight with it, but just so we can keep the wood going. Food production. What is our food production? Okay, too much statistics and I don't care. Just as long as it says we're doing fine or stable production, I'm happy. Yeah, stable production. We'll worry about the rest later. Still making that, which is fine. Still gotta make diesel. We have enough population. Okay, population is still coming in. Okay, not a problem. Diesel research is almost done, so that's not a problem either. Oops, I forgot. You can't actually close research that way. Alright, let me just pause again. Just for a sec. Sorry about this. Okay. Sorry about all that. Just my family was preparing to go to bed. I didn't want to disturb you with all the noise. Alright, we've got liquid storage. Do we have resource storage? Fuel. No, it doesn't look like it yet. Whoops. Okay, we're researching that now. Cool. Still getting plenty of refugees. Resources are fine. I just changed this somehow. I don't know how I did that. This was straight, now it's like this. Oh boy, yes. All the updates and everything, I'm still getting used to everything. Okay. Not just yet ready to go for full production. We have enough vehicles, we've got wood production. Fuel supplies, still plenty. Vehicle production, still plenty. Just clear this. Okay, potatoes are fully stacked. That's why I also want normal loose storage so we can get rid of the potatoes. What's production like? Okay, output is full. Okay, so at least for now, we don't really have to worry about resources. We've got enough supplies, we've got everything we need, we can do it. We are having trouble with potato harvesters, but that's normal. Why do you keep changing? Ugh, doesn't matter. We're basically just waiting to get storage done. We can speed this up a wee bit by building some more research stations. It's not like we don't have enough population for it. And with 30 plus unity, just enough to keep us on the go, we're not going to run into any problem. That'll speed up research. Okay, perfect. Just got to keep a total eye on our total population, but we can solve some of this by... Come on. Expanding. We can't expand this way, but we can expand a little bit this way, because this is going to be production. But in the end result, we're probably going to make our way upwards. We may even push a bit more to this side. Yeah. We'll just have to see how that goes. Later on, we can always build another settlement somewhere down here if we really want to. Okay, scrap iron, diesel. Not too bad, actually. Okay, now we have loose storage. This is actually what I've been waiting for. Okay, that's waste, so we're going to turn that around. We'll just plant it like that. Normally I build 3. What am I doing wrong here? Oops, that's not going to work. Okay, now we have plenty of storage capacity, and what we'll do is we will just go here, say put potatoes, and we'll say keep full. That's fine. Perfect. For now, we're just going to do that. That. And that. Cool. We now have plenty of population capability, we've got plenty of resources, so we are fine. Research is done. By the time we're done, we'll pretty much have everything we need to move on to the next step. Let's just expand this a bit. What did I do wrong? Oh, I must just have moved it without clicking. Oops. Okay, perfect. Can we repair this? Not yet, we need to still research the technology. Ship is still bust. But food, we are so good. 50 months worth of food. Totally fine. But we are running low on construction components, but they should be built. Yep. I have to start planning to make our own resources here. Coal, upgrade furnace, copper, mining operations. That's pretty much what we're going to have to start doing next. Copper here, sandstone here, sand over there, stone. So generally I think it's those four, and coal. Right, coal's here. What's our tree harvesting look like? Okay, a little bit more trees to go, and then we're done here with the trees. Excellent. Yeah, unfortunately, even at high speeds, this just takes a little bit of time just to get everything done. We could speed it up by building more vehicles, but there's no point at the moment to do that. So for now, things are just relaxed, and we'll just keep moving usually. Just focus on clearing everything we need. And we've got spare population, so that's not a problem either. We're actually doing really well compared to how I normally play this game. Normally by now I'm running short of resources, I don't have enough anything. So I'm quite surprised. Normally I'm doing so badly I have to cheat, which is the whole point of having the cheat system available. Okay, let's repair. We'll fix that later. That's what I wanted to do. Once again, storage, liquid storage, we'll just put one here in future preparation for these. Whoops, that way. That'll just be for the future. Oh right, that's what I wanted to do. We have liquid storage. So let's build our water treatment plants, because later on it'll link to our village anyway. So how do we want to do this? Because we don't want it to be too close. I really wish this building wasn't here sometimes, but it's just the way the game is, where they positioned it. So we don't have a choice but to live with it. So we'll go one block away and one block up. How's that positioning? Yeah. Just so we can start storing water for future needs, because even though perfect. Now piping. There we go. Oops. That's a bit odd. Why is it saying now that this is incompatible? Oh, because I've got it reversed. Okay, so that's what happened. Alright, well, we can just remove this one for now. Should have removed it with the first one, but I honestly didn't think that far ahead. Of course. weird. Because there's nothing blocking the normal flow of the pipe, so it shouldn't have actually complained. Unfortunately, truck, you are in the way. Thank you. Now for water storage. This will act as a backup reservoir against pretty much anything that's going to happen. What was it? It was copy settings. V, sorry. Perfect. This will help us build up a large reservoir of backup water, because later on, even with access to underground pumps, it doesn't actually supply enough water for long-term plans. But this is an unlimited supply of water. And this is also where this cheat will come in. Because I can tag just these two, just so these two sections will have unlimited water, and the rest can fill up as backup. That way, no matter what happens, no matter how bad things get, we always have water, so we'll always have food. So at least we don't have to worry about our population starving to death. Oh, right, I meant to do that, just to give it a priority of keeping empty. And we probably still don't have enough trucks. Oh, okay, have all the trees been harvested? Perfect. Let's get to work over here. So we can start clearing ground in because basically all these trees have to go because we're going to need the space for our production area. Because normally I build my production area here and I have it extend down this way. What's our resources like? Okay, we've still got plenty of stones, plenty of scrap. So we have what we need to make more construction components. That's not a problem. This to be upgraded, but like I said, we're still just rebuilding our construction component amounts. We are short mainly of wood. So as we go along, we'll be fine. Later on, this will be filled with petrol. Oh, sorry, diesel to keep the ship filled. So. Okay. We'll worry about upgrading buildings later. Right now, let's focus on finishing our production plants. I could add storage units to get more steel out of these, more iron plates out of this thing, but we don't really need it at the moment. That is what it's making, right? Yeah, it's iron plates. Because eventually this will just be scrapped. And we'll build a much better, more efficient system here. But what we do need is wood storage. Because that later on is always going to be a pain in the butt. Because all these trees we have to take away. But we don't want to just throw it away. We want to properly make use of it. Population is still fine. Potatoes are fine, farm's fine. So food, we're totally good. Totally good. Probably going to have to prepare for the next stage of upgrades in a few minutes. Just see how far we're going. Because right now it's mainly just clearing this area. We could probably build it here, but that just creates a problem when we build our conveyor belts. We could begin mining resources to stockpile them in preparation. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. Yeah, let's go a little bit more inland. Just so we don't, dig a hole in the ocean. I forgot shift lets you high speed it. This way we'll be set up and ready for when we start harvesting resources. Now there is a blueprint function in this game, so you can build everything, and then later on, as you have the resources available, you can tell your vehicles, okay, now you need to start harvesting these resources to build. Now you need to use the resources we have available to build these structures. But I've never actually bothered with that. It's here, it's not a utility tool, it's this pause tool. We can click here and we can pause production. But I'm not actually a big fan of it. I kept making mistakes. So I would build everything, make a mistake, and then I forget that I've turned on the pause tool and nothing is produced. Which can be quite annoying later on. Thank you. Refugee size versus current population. We've got plenty of workers for, so now let's just pause this. We don't need to fill up our total number of workers immediately. Repair, auto repair available. We want to keep that full so we know the ship is ready to go. Later on we'll probably end up filling this with diesel, but for now we're just going to ignore it until we actually start producing diesel. Right now we're just clearing the land in preparation for everything else. Okay, so that is now full. And I positioned it badly. Oops. Yeah, as they go along, they'll move to each one, so we might as well get them all set up. Okay, first here. Turn that off, turn that off, turn that off. I never was a big fan of what we can or can't dump. Edit area. Oops, that's not going to work. Edit area. Well, but I do have a little bit of trouble struggling with this square box shaped. The main reason I turn off all the dumping options at these locations is sometimes, let's say I want to build up the land here. Then, because I have the dumping option enabled in this area, if I accidentally expand the build up, say, because here, supposing I've edited the area now to contain from this corner here, this whole area of resources I want to mine. Because I now have the dumping notification on, it will start dumping also here, because as you saw when I placed the last dumping area here, you can see I've actually way extended it beyond what was necessary. If I make the same mistake here when I'm trying to dump this whole section of land, it'll just dump it in the wrong place, and that's not going to help me at all. I have made mistakes like that. That's why I always clear these buildings of any dumpable resources, what resources can be deposited, because I've made the boo-boo where I've set it to dump resources, and then my machines are so busy digging up the waste resources because I've now dumped a ton of stone here, and I'm still mining in the same area. Ugh. Just a bad deal all round. Okay, copper. Oops, I haven't set this one up. Well, let's see, it starts here, so we want to go from here. Okay, I'm going to take this whole area, that. I forgot a building. Oops. But as I said, as production becomes available, then we'll have it. We'll have it. This facility's already built, so that's not going to be a problem. And then we'll set up our mining areas as we go along. But everything's basically prepped and set. Our main hiccup right now is we don't have enough construction components. Just want to make sure we're not running short on resources. No, we've got plenty. Okay, what is our tree options? Okay, we're clearing the trees here. We also just want to clear the trees here, just to clear a space so our machines can move back and forth. Clear the place here. Oh, I have made a slight mistake with where we're dumping resources, because we want access, future access to this upper area, so. Okay, we'll set that for now, and we'll just stop dumping over this side for now, because we do want to have future access to that area. We can always continue later. This way we'll already have a pre-built ramp later on, so we can have access to this section for forestry, and then to this section. May even build a bridge over here, because if I'm not mistaken there should be an oil deposit right there. And we can build it so boats can come, our cargo ships can come here. Yeah, as you play the game you can basically bury this whole strip of water and build a massive area for whatever kind of production centers and population you could possibly want. It takes a lot of resources, but that's not a problem, because on the world map, where was the world map options? Okay, no, that's just the game options. I think they're here. You are? Okay, you're just the recipe instructions. Yeah, it's gonna take me a minute to remember where exactly the world map options were. Not that. Oh, there it is, tab. Okay, my bad. As you go around exploring, you'll find large resource islands, which you can then ship in resources. You'll find fuel oil rigs to get fuel. Okay, we'll just send the ship to explore since we've got the opportunity. You'll find islands with water, wood, basically all the basic resources that you can get on your island. You'll find it as you go along. Okay, let's build, we'll probably end up dismantling it a bit later, but let's at least build a storage place so we can keep stripping these trees. So while we are using some of these trees for coal production, we're not using enough. Well, I guess I could just show you what one of the cheats do. What you basically do is you say keep full, and you click this button and you just click on it. And now you see, fully loaded, fully stocked, and it'll never ever run out. That's all this extra cheat does, and that can be quite useful later on as you need resources, or if your total amount, shall we say, of mined resources. So if we're mining iron, and for whatever reason there's just not enough making it, you can build a small little one of these. You can use the sorting option here, and you can set it so it'll prioritize the containers that your miners are filling. And when those containers are empty, you've got the small one which you now have unlimited ore in, just to keep up production, so you can keep going. You don't have to worry about anything, you can keep going. I believe the ship should auto-return. No, I gotta tell it to come home. I know that was part of the patches, they set it so you could auto-return the buildings. The ship, I just have to find the option, that's all. Okay. There, now we have storage space for more wood. And this was probably stripped in like 5 minutes flat. I think it was in the cheat menu. Shipyard. Force unload ship. Bonk. That'll force everything from the ship into our cargo bays or into storage or wherever it goes. And I don't have to worry about the ship containing everything. Should force it all into the shipyard. Okay, let's just delete this structure because it's no longer serving its purpose there. And we'll have it transfer everything here. Okay, we now have crop rotation, but I haven't upgraded the crops just yet. Because we're doing fine as far as food. I know it's not a lot of food, but we can do it. But we can actually set crop rotation. Not that it's necessary, we have food literally coming out of our ears at the moment. It's a shame, but it's just the way it is. Later on as we go along, we'll actually be using this food when we get way more population. Just check something, I think if I click like that, it should be. No, you gotta have to first set it to that, and then it will do it, okay. Minimize it again, and that just helps. The other option, of course, if you don't want to do it that way, but I do find that this just prevents overstocking. But the other option is with this Captain of Cheese, we can go here to add product, we can say 250, or you can go up. I mean, I think you can go, yeah, basically 10,000, but we really don't need that much. I think I could edit. Could I edit this? No, it's a slide rule. So yeah, okay. Turn footy. We want to go down here to construction parts. We just say add product, ching, and it's stored right here in the shipyard. That's also another option which I really like about this Captain of Cheats mod. So really I can build whatever civilization I want to build, and I don't have to be totally shut of, totally worried that eventually I'm going to just screw it up and there won't be enough resources. Also, since it's not a trainer, it's not a cheat engine, I don't have to worry about going into the negatives. Because with cheat engine and the trainer, it's set this as a fixed amount. So no matter how much you use, it'll always be the same. But the problem is, it doesn't actually calculate it that way, and it will go into the negative. You'll have unlimited amounts stored here. So if you had 150 here, no matter how much your other vehicles use, it'll always be 150 stored in your shipyard or warehouse. But it'll count it here on the corner as going down. So eventually, even though you technically still have the resource stored, it'll just keep going down, and eventually it'll just hit 0. And then you'll have nothing. Okay, let's start producing vehicles. We need at least 4 vehicles per term, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. I think later on we're probably going to need a few more, but I think we'll start with 20 and then we'll fill up the rest with the ground vehicles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we'll just stick with 10. I know we can do 11 here, but we'll stick with 10 and we'll just keep going. Then as we go along, we'll build enough construction vehicles and then we'll just fill it up with cars and we can start stockpiling resources. Before we really start to go out here, we want iron ore, keep full. We want copper, keep full. I don't think we've produced the necessary research just yet for sand. I think that's going to be a problem. Dirt, yes. Limestone, yes. No sand. Okay. Haven't got to that point yet. Here is limestone. Keep filling. This is limestone, right? Yeah. We do have, but that's just the way to show us where the sand is. We haven't researched sand yet because we're not doing glass. Now, where do we research? Okay, here it comes for fishing concrete. Glass is later on. Sorry, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Okay, that's number 3, so that's fine. And once again, we're running a bit short of construction components, so we'll just, oops, that's not the one I'm looking for. Go here, go to construction components. We'll just raise this to say 500. I do wish we could actually type it in rather than the slider. The slider makes it much easier. It's just not, you know, precise enough for me. Because, I mean, it's such a huge amount. Perfect. Okay, we're not short on anything. We've got a couple of these vehicles standing by. How many have we built? 1. 2. Okay. Soon we're going to start switching this, but for now, we'll just add 1 vehicle for now, because, I mean, there's no rush. We're not yet using it for full production, so there's no rush as of yet. I think the oil deposit was here, if I'm not mistaken, or was it over here? Yeah, it's here. So we're going to have to clear trees here a bit as well. Later on, as we actually start mining coal, we'll dismantle this coal burner. It's not very efficient here, because it's 20 wood and we get 4 coal out, plus pollution, which is a problem. Right now, population... there we go, general. Electricity, okay, that's population. Now, where was it that it showed pollution? Because I do know it shows pollution. That just brings, here we go, this is it. Yeah, air pollution is 1, research -1 unity. But still doing fine. Oh, right. My bad. Oops. Would help if I actually told these... Oh no, I don't want that. Help if I actually told my miners where to dig. Doo-dee-dee-dee-dee. This is also something I actually do enjoy about this game. You can really get a nice control for what you want to do. Okay, now comes the fun bit. So first we're going to start here. This, I will admit, I have had problems with before. Just getting the right angle of depth, if you will. No, we can probably go deeper, but for now we'll start with that. Later on we can dig deeper as we go for soil. But that should help us get started. Okay. Captain's office we can use later. Settlement water, that's going to be a bit biggie, which is why I built this here. So we'll have access to settlement water, that's not going to be a problem. Alright, I just wanted to make... Oops, wrong one. That one and that one. Fill off... Oh, right, I forget. If you have it that way, you got to keep import on. But it doesn't matter because it'll keep full all the time. That way we always have some reserve of water for whatever we want to do. And you use a lot of water in various productions. Okay, that's that. I don't want to take too many vehicles away, but it won't empty the excavators if there's no vehicle to deal with it. So we have to have vehicles at each site. Okay, settlement water. There we go. Alright, we've got wastewater to deal with as well. Okay, we do have a liquid dump. How are we going to do this? We could build it here, but then it blocks off this traffic route. So we may... How do we want to do this? Alright, we're going to place this here. Do we place it on the other side? Yeah, but that's too far from where our water supply is, so we don't actually have a choice. We have to place it here. We've got to run our pipeline. No, I'm not happy about that. So what we do is we just run. Oh, come on. This guarantees a 100% guaranteed water flow. And later on we can always move the piping around a bit, so. Let's go here. Straight across. I know this is really not the neatest option. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to go here. We want to build one here. And another one there. Later on, okay, actually I want to move this down a bit for piping. Oh, right, that one's already too late. Later on, once the structure's gone, we can see about making a bit better organization as far as the water supply is concerned. Now, as much as I don't want to dump water in the ocean, we don't have a choice in the matter. So where do we want to put the water dump? So no matter what, we're going to end up running piping here, so. I think last time... Okay, actually, yeah, I have screwed this up. What we want to do is delete this structure. We'll just use Unity to quickly get rid of it. We'll move this one here, down a bit, like so. No, still got that wrong. We want to move it over a bit and down. That gives us spacing for piping. We're going to go for piping. Oh, we've got conveyor belts. Awesome. Now we can really, really get to it. Now, I could raise the piping height. I just noticed it starts to look quite, what's the term? Not clumsy, just cluttered, if you will. I try to keep as low level on the piping as possible. It doesn't always work that way. It's just the way it is. Come on, where's waste? Oh, on the recycling. Of course. I do wish they would have made this just a little bit smaller. I mean, I get it, it's a ship, it needs space, but still. Shipyard takes so much room that it's you can't really do anything with it. foliage. Perfect. Yep. We're going to be dumping that. Okay, tree harvesting is done, so let's keep... Okay, first let's actually just clear out these trees, because these are just bugging me. We continue to expand our production area. That should be 4. Eventually, of course, we're just going to hit a roadblock with the amount we have available. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Population, we're still totally rocking it. We've got waste disposal. What are we short here? Oh, construction parts 2. Ooh, we're not even making those yet. We should be able to, though. My bad there. Can we make one of these? Yes, we can. Just, oops, that's not gonna work. And we'll just have this make construction parts too. We are making electronics, yes we are, so we can do that. That's not gonna be a problem. We've got water flow, we've got piping, we've got everything, so we're really not doing badly here. Wait, we need construction parts too to build. Come up here. Yes, apparently we do. Okay, well, this is where this, we can build a dockyard to trade. We should have here, okay, no, it doesn't actually give us construction parts 2 at this trade depot. No, that can't be right. Why is this... Why do we need construction parts? Okay, so we have to start with the basics and then make our way forward. Alright, then let's just delete the structure and copy this one. Yeah, I don't know why it suddenly decided that that's the product that has to go into that building. Really don't know. Now we can begin making them. So it shouldn't take very long before we get the resources we need. Or are we short on... Here we're not. We're short on this a little bit, but not that much. Okay, we have 10 excavators. Where do we want to start? Oh, we might as well start with copper. Yeah, we really got to build everything first before we really get to it. Okay, we don't actually need this facility anymore, because we are harvesting coal. So we can get the coal from our mining operation here. We've got plenty. Later on, when we go full production, we'll have all sorts of conveyor belts running back and forth. What's our current condition here with the trees? I actually want to keep that full. Keep that full. Take at one end. They load up at one end, they empty at the other end. We're now making our construction part components level 2, or tier 2, whatever the case may be. I just want to check something. Alright, we're already over an hour, and it is a bit late at night this side by me. It's almost like, what is the time now? 9 o'clock in the evening, and I have an early morning tomorrow, so we'll pause the video here. I hope everyone's enjoyed, and tomorrow when we pick up for the next episode, or sorry, when we pick up for the next episode, we'll start getting fully automated production. So I hope everyone's enjoyed, and you have a great evening. This is Gareth from Whatchamacallit Gaming. Good night.